There is a hidden item here that I didn't pick up yet, so I'll do that first, and then I'll go fight that trainer you just saw. Okay, I don't know how I could have forgotten about that hidden item. I mean, every time I play this game, I grab that hidden item first, but I guess this one instance, I just forgot about it. Anyway, before I get into what I want to talk about today, I want to recap a few things that happened last video. Two moments in particular. One of them being that shiny Sableye I encountered last video. Now, I'm really lucky that I encountered that thing pretty early in the dungeon, and not when I eventually escort Riley later on. Because there was no way I would have caught that Sableye while escorting Riley, since his Lucario would definitely kill Sableye given how frail that thing is. And speaking of Riley's Lucario, last video I made a bit of an error where I talked about how in the Battle Tower back in Diamond, Pearl, and even Platinum, Riley's Metagross was able to learn Sludge Bomb, and I was baffled that it was able to learn that move. But last video, I accidentally said Riley's Lucario was able to learn Sludge Bomb. That's not true. Although, I did correct myself a bit later on in the last parts. But still, I don't know how I didn't catch myself making that error. Anyway, just to be clear, Lucario can't learn Sludge Bomb, so I apologize for that error I made last video. I'm only mentioning this so that way I don't mislead anyone because I said some false information. Okay, with that out of the way, let's move on. So last video, I was talking about the main Pokemon that were featured in the Teal Mask DLC for Scarlet and Violet, most notably the Loyal 3 as well as Ogerpon. Well, mostly Ogerpon because there was a lot to discuss involving that Pokemon. Now, I did mention what type it has in addition to grass depending on what mask Ogerpon wears, but I don't think I said anything about what ability it gets depending on what mask it wears, so I'll go over that right now. So, when Ogerpon wears the Teal Mask, its ability is Defiant. When it wears the Wellspring Mask, its ability is Water Absorb. If it's wearing the Hearth Flame Mask, its ability becomes Mold Breaker, and if it's wearing the Cornerstone Mask, its ability becomes Sturdy. Although, Drill Run? Oh yeah, notice how its animation looks like Horn Drill. I don't think Horn Drill is in this game. Well, not to my knowledge at least. Anyway, as I was saying, when you Terastallize Ogerpon, not only will its mask grow to an immense size, but it gets the ability and body aspect. So what that does is, Ogerpon gets a stat boost depending on what mask it wears. So, when it wears the Teal Mask, it'll get a speed boost. If it's wearing the Wellspring Mask, it'll get a special defense boost. When it wears the Hearth Flame Mask, it'll get an attack boost. And when it's wearing the Cornerstone Mask, it'll get a defense boost. Now, I don't know about you, but when Ogerpon wears the Cornerstone Mask, it kind of speaks to me a little bit. I mean, given the fact that Ogerpon's typing becomes Grass Rock when it wears the Cornerstone Mask, that's pretty interesting to me. I mean, when the Sandstorm is up, that means it'll get a 50% special defense boost. And to me, that makes me feel like Ogerpon could be a pretty formidable opponent when it's wearing the Cornerstone Mask. I mean, Grass Rock, that's a pretty unique typing, just as something like, say, Cradily. Now, taking a look at Ogerpon's stats, so it has 84 in defense and 96 in special defense. So, if it gets a defense boost, that's good, but also special defense boost thanks to the Sandstorm, well, I guess that means it'll be pretty difficult to take down. I mean, I know from experience because I dealt with a lot of Pokemon like that. And believe me, it was really freaking annoying. As for the rest of its stats, well, 120, well, I guess that's pretty good. As for HP, well, I guess it could be a bit higher. I mean, I guess 80 is pretty decent. As for speed, well, 110, well, I guess that's pretty good as well. But as for special attack, well, I don't really care much about special attack because its attack is a lot better than special attack. Anyway, Ogerpon gets a move called Ivy Cudgel. Okay, hopefully I'm saying that properly. So what that does is, it's physical attacking grass type attack with 100 power and 100 accuracy, and has a high critical hit chance. And its type changes depending on what mask it's wearing. Okay, even though this information is kind of irrelevant, if a certain Pokemon is using the move Ivy Cudgel, then its typing will always be grass. But the chance of that happening is, well, I'm not too sure because, well, if another Pokemon were to use the move Ivy Cudgel, then I guess they would have to use it via Metronome. Is Metronome even in Scarlet and Violet? I'm not really sure. Well, not that I care anyway, because I don't really play around with Metronome all too much. Okay, there are two paths I could take. So going to the left, that's going to take me to the room where Riley is at. But if I go to the right, that's going to take me to another area where there's some more trainers. So I'm going to go here first and fight the trainers, and then I'll join Riley in the other room. Okay, so I hope everyone is enjoying the Teal Mask DLC for Scarlet and Violet. But don't worry, I'll do so at a later date. Now, something that I found kind of odd about the DLCs, well, first off, the Teal Mask is already out, but as for the Indigo Disc, well, I found out when that one is going to be released. April 30th, 2024. At that point, we'll be past winter. So yeah, I don't know why it was said that the Indigo Disc will come out in winter of 2023 because, yeah, we're not even at winter anymore if it's going to come out at the end of April of next year. Well, okay then, I guess that's going to give Game Freak plenty of time to throw in some new Pokemon or probably give us some more news regarding the Indigo Disc DLC for Scarlet and Violet. Now, as for Ogerpon's space stat total, well, I looked it up before making this video. Hold on a second. Is there a hidden item in this area? Let me check real quick, because I feel as though maybe there is one in this particular area. Okay, I guess not. But there's a hidden item within this area, so I'll go to that one in due time. Okay, so apparently Ogerpon's base stat total is 550. Now, before I made this video, apparently Ogerpon is considered to be a legendary Pokemon. That's strange because usually the standard Pokemon has a base stat total of like in between 600 and 700. Well, I guess this is a rare case since, well, it's a Pokemon that's that kind of looks like it could do certain things. I'm trying to think of the word to say, but I can't really think of any words to describe Ogerpon right now. Yeah, in addition to Ogerpon, the Loyal 3 are also considered legendaries as well. But still, it's kind of strange seeing a legendary Pokemon with a base stat total of 550. I mean, looking at things like, say, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Heatran, and all that kind of stuff, yeah, their base stat totals are close to 700, but looking at Ogerpon's base stat total, yeah, I guess this is a pretty rare occurrence. Well, as for the pseudo-legendaries, well, they're a different case because, yeah, they're just that good. Okay, there is a hidden item around here, so after I'm done fighting that trainer, I'm going to grab that item I see there, and then I'll go grab that hidden item, and then I'll go over to the room where Riley is, so that way I can accompany him through the rest of Iron Island. Okay, as for Tropicos, well, I still can't really predict what type it's gonna get. Although, I think I might stick with what I said before, where I said it could be a water-rock type. Well, actually, looking at its normal form, well, it doesn't really look like a water type. It looks more like a rock type Pokemon. But that's just my prediction, so when its typing eventually gets revealed, hopefully we could see just what its typing is. But I'm still hoping that it could be a rock type. Alright, here we have the team up for Iron Tail. I'm not a huge fan of that move because that move is pretty inaccurate. Okay, there's a hidden item over here. I mean, if there was something over here, then it would puzzle me as to why this area would exist to begin with. Okay, with that done, let's go to the other room where Riley is, so that way I can accompany him through the rest of Iron Island. I don't know about you, but Riley is one of my favorite stat trainers. I'm not really sure why. I guess maybe it's because I enjoyed teaming with him back at the Battle Tower. I think last video I said something about how one time he used a Slack King, and that Slack King had a whole bunch of special attacking moves on it, like say Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Blizzard, I believe. I think Slack King can get Blizzard. And its fourth move, I believe it was Hyper Beam. Yeah, I'm not really sure why he made his Slack King special attacker, since Slack King's physical attack is a lot better, 160 across the board. Okay, now he wants to team up with me, so let's do just that. Okay, Nurse Joy's here. Okay, I'm teaming up with Riley right now, but he's not going to heal me unless I get into a random battle. Alright, let's see what he has to say. Okay, that's pretty interesting. A thriving ore mine, huh? That's also pretty interesting too. Okay, anything else? Okay, he's talking about Byron. Yes, I met Byron before I went in here. And he's also talking about Byron's son, Roke. One thing I remember from the anime is, Well, I guess it's pretty normal for a child to have a fight with their parent, and that's exactly what I saw between Byron and Roke. Although, I have to admit, it was pretty funny seeing those two in each other's face when they were pissed off at each other. Okay, now he's saying that the Pokemon here are restless. You know, that kind of reminds me of something. I believe one episode of the anime, I believe Team Galactic was at Iron Island and they were doing something involving a machine, and whatever they were doing, it was causing all the Steel type on Iron Island to go crazy. Yeah, it was so bad, even certain trainers Steel type would go crazy as well, such as Barry's Empoleon, and unfortunately, Riley's Lucario fell victim to that too. Now, if I were to be in a certain place like, say, Iron Island, and I found out that the Steel type Pokemon were going crazy, I would probably get the hell out of there, because the last thing I want is to get molested by a whole bunch of Steel types. Most notably, let's see, how about, Steelix, Laron, Aggron, Metang, Metagross, Mawile. I want to say Bronzong, but I'm not really sure if I should be scared of a Bronzong. Oh, Bullet Punch. Okay, I'm not really sure why you would use Bullet Punch right off the bat. Oh yes, I seem to recall Riley Lucario's moveset back in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I believe his moveset consists of Force Palm, Metal Claw, Bone Rush, and Quick Attack. Force Palm, well, I guess Force Palm is a pretty cool move. 30% chance at paralyzing the opponent. As for things like Metal Claw and Bone Rush, not so much. But in a game like this, well, as you saw, Lucario knows Bullet Punch, and I believe it has High Jump Kick as well. Okay, what's Lucario going to do? Oh, for a second I thought it was going to go first, but it only went first because of Bullet Punch. Alright, as I said, it has High Jump Kick, so I'm kind of hoping that Lucario goes for a High Jump Kick on that Probopass over there, since I just took down Golem in one hit. Well, I just saw that Bullet Punch did a whole lot of damage, so I assume that Ryu's Lucario has Adaptability as an ability. So yeah, that's a pretty good ability to have when you combo it with Bullet Punch, as well as abilities like, say, Technician, say Hi Scizor. Okay, well, good thing that Meteor Mash took down that Probopass. Okay, I might as well use Earthquake to take down that Steelix, even though Lucario is probably going to get killed as well, but it doesn't matter because after the battle is over, it's going to come back to life anyway, so yeah, it's all good. Maybe I should have gone with Gastrodon to take down that Steelix, but I feel as though Earthquake from Torterra is good enough to take down Steelix. Alright, there we go. Yeah, even though this thing has 200 in defense, well, I was several levels ahead of that Steelix, so yeah, I was for sure that Torterra's Earthquake would one-shot it. But still, being on Iron Island in the anime while Team Galactic was doing some sort of machinery work there, yeah, it would be pretty dangerous. Although, looking at some Steel-type Pokemon, well, I'm not really sure if I should be scared of them, like, say, Beldum, or Magnemite, or Bronzer, or anything else like that. But something like, say, Skarmory, well, I'm not really sure if I should be scared of a Skarmory if it's going to go crazy like that. Although, if it was my own Steel-type going crazy, then, well, I'm not really sure what I would do. Do I try to return to its Pokeball, or do I do something else in hopes of calming it down, but to no avail, because it's just going crazy. Okay, is that Bullet Punch going to... Okay, I guess not. Well, Bullet Punch only has so much power, so yeah, I didn't think that it would take down that Graveler in one hit. Oh yes, just like the other stat trainers, Riley has more than one Pokemon. I believe he also has Salamence and Metagross. I'm not too sure about this, so I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this. Well, if I get into another battle with Riley, then once this Lucario does go down, if it does go down, that is, then I'll see what other Pokemon he has. So that way, I'm not left by myself. Okay, I'm not really sure if I have enough time to take down these two Pokemon. Probably not, because, well, I'm not really sure what Lucario is going to do against that Golbat, so I might as well run away because, yeah, Graveler's going to go down pretty easily, but not Golbat. Alright, so I'm going to stop here for today. Next time, we're going to continue going through Iron Island with Riley and hopefully make it to the end. See you all then.